With every changing season comes a hope that we will see something new. And towards the end of this year, I've come to you with a garden tour that celebrates the year 2022. A year that finally saw the pandemic's emergency phase coming to an end and life slowly coming back to normal. In this video, we will look at the different plants in my garden that stood out from January till December. So let's begin with January. And the plant of the month is the Gardenia, a fragrant flowering plant that, given its time, can surprise you with blooms year long. Even I was baffled at its capacity to bloom in successive months this year, which was like a miracle for a plant that is supposedly fussy in its blooming. From January, we moved to February that saw my sugar baby mango tree bloom after 10 long years. But sadly, it did not take so long for it to wither away, dashing all my hopes of savoring some yummy sugar baby mangoes. And in March, we have the beautiful bougainvillea marching towards the sun's rays and erupting in its own exuberance. April was a month of peace and tranquility with the white radiance of the peace lily. May, which also happens to be my birthday month, gifted me a variety of amaryllis lilies that beamed, beamed, and beamed. June, the month of monsoon, saw the rains bring with it the resilient rain lilies. July saw a profusion of purple with the garlic vine that garlanded the whole garden with its contentiously fragrant blooms. August was undoubtedly the month of orchids that graced the garden with its august presence. September was a month of reckoning that proved that even foliage plants can be breathtaking, just like this Cordyline that decided to bloom in gay abandon. October was the month of novelty that brought home the blooms of the Bettadavere or the Hibiscus Mutabilis. As the garden was engulfed by the looming chillness in the air, we step into November that saw the brilliant blue hydrangea embracing the more common purple one that bloomed side by side. And how can December be December without the December lily? With its white fragrant blooms, this plant has dwarfed some of the biggest plants in the garden, with its unassuming grace and ebullience. As we remember the year for the plants that gleamed in the sun, let's also pay our tributes to plants that brought gloom to my heart. My favorite oleander plant of almost 20 years that was my mom's companion in her early days of gardening. The plant probably died due to few days of forgetful watering during this year's unbearable summer. Another casualty is my berylicious beauty, the Malaysian ground orchid. It somehow started showing these signs, probably a fungal infection or a suspected sunburn, that the plant simply couldn't cope up with, and the result is this stickly plant that I'm still growing in this container with the hope that someday I will see those pink berries blushing at me all over again. So folks, the garden, in its quest for survival, reminds us of our own insignificance in the larger scheme of things.